Hi, it's Lorna, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use modeling paste. Modeling paste comes in a variety of brands, and it's really great for texturing. So I'm going to show you some texturing techniques that I really love to do with modeling paste, and I hope that you try them out. So I have here Master's Touch modeling paste. This was $6. I got it on sale. It's normally $12, but typically they have sales on this product. There's other ones that you can get like Liquitex Basics, which actually goes well with this acrylic paint that I have here. And you can mix modeling paste with acrylic paint, but it will lighten it. So keep that in mind if you're going to be mixing it. I like to use modeling paste to paint on top of because it has a really nice texture, and then I keep my pigment color by painting on top of it instead of mixing it in. If you're going to lighten your paint anyways, then go ahead and mix it in. It does brighten it as well. So I just have a piece of black paper here. It's just construction paper, and I'm just using black so that it shows up the contrast between what I'm doing here. So when you are considering using modeling paste, you might want to look around your house for things that you can create texture with. I'm going to be using some plastic cutlery to texture, but you can use whatever you want that you think will make interesting lines. So I'm just going to take a spoon, and you can see here that the modeling paste is thick. It's a lot like the texture of yogurt. It holds ridges and peaks. Like you can see there's a little peak on the back here. It looks kind of like meringue. But that's the whole point, is that it holds its shape when you move it around or drag things into it. So I'm just gonna dollop some here on this black paper. And I'm gonna just get it all on the paper for right now. If you have a design in mind for an abstract piece or for a landscape or whatever you're doing, you're going to want to put it on in the way that you want. This is just to show you what it does. So I've put some on, and you can spread it just like you would icing on a cake, really. It will hold whatever shapes. If I do swirls, it'll hold a swirl. If I do straight lines, it'll hold a straight line. So one of my favorite things to do is to use a serrated plastic knife. You can use a knife that you have in your house, but I would not use it for food after using it for this. Anytime you use a kitchen utensil for art, I would keep it only for art after that. So you can see here that just dragging it along, it has lifted up some of the paint in between. I just scraped that off right back into my container. You can use the edge of it and draw some lines. I've seen people use pizza wheels, and like food things typically have pretty cool shapes, like chopsticks you could use to drag through here. You could use a pencil or something like that as well that didn't have any lead in it. Really, whatever. I mean, a flosser. Experiment with it. Experiment with different things. And so you can really see that you can make some really cool designs just with this plastic knife here. So the next tool that I'm going to be showing you is going to be a plastic fork. It's very similar to the knife, only the lines are going to be further apart and a little bit deeper. Because the serration on the knife is really shallow, you get shallow little marks. This is where you can really build up the thickness, and you could go even thicker than what I have here because the tines on the fork are really, really long. So you can see it just cuts deep ridges into my modeling paste. This reminds me of a silicone painting that is at the Crocker Art Museum, and they're these huge X's in a whole bunch of bright neon colors, and they're done in silicone, and it just kind of reminds me of that. So you can see here that there's some nice grooves that I've put in there, and you can paint on top of this after it's dry. So you could fill in the grooves with one color and then brush over it with some mica powder or something and make a really cool effect. And I'm just going to show you with this knife. You can use a palette knife, you can use a brush. You can really play in it and make different textures. You can even make little spikes in this. So now I'm going to show you how to mix in acrylic paint. You would do this on a palette. I'm just doing it directly on top of this piece of paper just for demonstration purposes. Again, keep in mind that it will lighten your acrylic paint. So I'm just going to take this knife, mix it in. And you could leave it streaky. You can mix them in and just do some swipes with your knife and get some color in certain areas. You can really see the ridges of that knife cutting into it. So cool. So you can mix this as much as you want, but I just want to show you a few more techniques that you can do with this modeling paste. You can brush it on like little petals in thick ridges. Sorry, this is off camera. I didn't realize till after, but I will move it over so that you can see it. So you can make little petals with this. I have a polymer clay tutorial on doing this with polymer, which is pretty cool. It's a polymer slab, and you just use a paintbrush to get this effect. But with the modeling paste here, you can brush it with a paintbrush so you can see your brush strokes really thick. This would be really great for doing ocean waves or adding some texture in some grass. Lots of different things that you can do with it. But really all it does is it makes your paint thicker. So whatever you can do with thick paint, you can do with this modeling paste. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you try out modeling paste for yourself. And if you do like this video, please like and subscribe. And if you do something with modeling paste or you try out any of our other videos, we would love to see it. So please let us know and tag us on WOA_mixed. That's our Instagram, and we would love to see what you make. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye.